through the mountains, plains, and secrets of the world's bite. Four riders seek honor, redemption, and discovery in the land of the Predator. In the shifting sands of the desert, Crusovian war tribes fight an unending war centered on four hidden holy sites. But their home is in the mountain range known as the World's Bite, and formerly believed to be the farthest anyone could travel to the west. A nomadic people, the Crusovians are known to adopt others into their tribes, but born or adopted, all Crusovians must show themselves to be honorable and dedicated to their generations-long mission.
Now let's get into it. Welcome back again to the land of the Predator. It is the 20th day of Telleth, a little after 5 in the evening. It is cold, with strong winds out of the south, though the snowfall has lessened to only light. After rescuing a tiefling caster named Mordai from several orcs, the party found themselves caught between more orcs, a two-headed giant, and a necromancy-wielding lizard man hunting a mound of shambling vines. As you do. An hour later, they traced the vine mound's trail back to where the necromancy had been worked, to find zombified lizard folk and wights attempting to find and subdue escaped prisoners. Several lizard folk objected to the presence of the undead, bringing a gigantic crocodile to aid them. As the party fights to crush the remaining undead, with the sound of fire flying up from the south through the snow, the question remains: why the necromancy, and are the lizard folk allied with the lizard folk caster? Or are they against him? LOL and OLO. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Overt laughing. Nope, this still doesn't work. Darn it, I lost it. Alright, let's move everyone down to here. Okay, so it's been a little while. I'm apparently batting 1,000 tonight. Marcus. Ghost has been penetrated by a bird mosquito thing. A bat bird mosquito thing with 4 wings and a long nose. And quite a bit of blood has been sucked out of Ghost. Most of the undead have been crushed, except for one right here, which is currently being menaced by 2 lizard folk warriors and a giant crocodile right there. Tanner and Throk have both damaged Chomp, indeed, this lizard folk here, but Throk absolutely smashed a lizard folk down here, who is currently not asleep and not peacefully, but definitely resting. So to speak. Tanner is currently a little over to the west, preparing to charge at this lizard folk here. Mordai cast light upon your glaive, hence the enormous bubble of light around yourself. To the south of you, Roscoe has once again assumed his apparently now more favored form of a crocodile, not a giant one, while he and Nightshade dealt with some surprisingly skilled rats. Rats. Who dealt them both some minor but annoying damage. And... oh, rats. And Mordai on mount is over here, keeping his distance and preparing to launch, I assume, an attack. And while Marcus, you are unaware of this at the present, Mordai has heard what sounds like a source of fire flying through the snowfall overhead from the south. As we bring up our initiative tracker, way on the other side of my other screen, here we go. We are going to be kicking off the start of round 3. Marcus, you are able to give, in this moment, you are able to give a command to the party. Before you do so, I'm going to ask you, sir, your choice to give me either insight or investigation. One check, please. Whilst I lubricate my throat.
I will see what the way I say to stay. Oops, that's not meant to be at advantage.
Indeed not. Which one did you... oh, you chose insight. Okay. That beats the DC I set. One thing you note, Marcus. Obviously there was open hostility in the opening few seconds of the fight. But as their eyes are starting to clear from going from dark underwater to brilliant, naked blue light, these lizard folk have looked on us, looked on our armor, and you know that they give a start, and there's a spark of recognition in their reptilian eyes. They know something about us, or perhaps our people. You have an order for us, Marcus, son of Horus.
Like, so for example, in this lizard person right next to me, do I see him hesitating like he's not so sure he wants to fight?
Essentially, yes. Basically, he's raised his weapon, looked at you and gone, wait a minute, kind of a thing. And he's definitely hesitating. There's a moment of unsurety in him. At least as regards you and your companions. Not so much when he glances at Mr. Undead Ugly. What would you like to do? Order, I suppose.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I can go for. Can I just, do I speak lizard?
You do not. If you open up your character sheet,
Not what happened, Marcus.
you can click on the language button and put the languages that you speak into the chat. You know from interacting with... You know from interacting previously with that one lizard folk caster, the one that was used that apparently summoned the undead skull. You know that both Mordai and Tanner can speak to these lizard people, presumably.
I think I'm just gonna look at Throk and say, wait! Kill the bugs and the witch! As I kind of point at the light over here. I'll just leave it at that, because I'm not sure what else I can say at the moment. Yes, I realize there's confusion, but that's bad evil magic to do.
So, effectively, you're ordering to kill these fat things that are sucking blood from people and the undead, but to avoid killing the lizard folk. Okay, Pro is controlled, Ghost is controlled, and I need to check something for Ghost, actually. That is for... okay, not Ghost. Mount is controlled. It is to Leatherhead we must turn to see see the first action to be taken. Roscoe, Crocodile Leatherhead. That rat just tried to bite you. you like to do, sir? I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Roscoe, I see that you're going to attack, and that makes absolute sense to me. You are flanking that rat with Nightshade. Would you like to roll one more time at normal and see if you get it higher than an 18? And you are muted, so you are aware. Presume you know this. Okay, well that's not higher than an 18, so we'll go with 18. 18's gonna hit, and you have the ratty bite of your life. Ah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right. Anywhere you would like to move to, sir? He is considering or moving. I believe, as a crocodile, you can only go about 20 feet without dashing. Or rat. Alright. There's a hissing growl as Crocodile Roscoe, the leatherhead, starts working his way ever so slowly up behind you, Marcus, and we shall move to your turn, sir. Marcus, what would you like to do?
What do you mean? I think first things first is I want to try to swing my glaive and see if I can't kill the bug thing on my horse.
This makes sense. You have advantage thanks to mounted combatant. Excuse me. You may swing away. I can't hit this thing. Okay, well that's going to hit. You deal it, death. 11 slashing and 3 radiant from divine favor makes a total of 14 damage.
I'll move just a short ways. I'm going to attack this, use an extra attack on the right over there.
Excellent. Go for it, sir. You still have advantage. A 25 will hit for 7 slashing, 2 radiant. Total of 9 damage. Ouchies. It cries. It doesn't actually cry that, but...
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think I'm going to use my bonus action to swing at the bug creature over here.
Excellent. You may take the swing, sir. Have advantage. Well, 25 will hit for 8 bludgeoning and 3 radiant deaths. It only had about 8 damage. That is a total of 11 damage. So he's now at -9. Tiny little red X and drop. Alright, Marcus, anything else you want to do?
Kill the... I don't know what a right is, but let's just say kill that thing.
Give me a religion check while we move to Tanner's turn. Roscoe Throk has a comment.
I forgot the advantage.
Kill the lawyer. Marcus, you're familiar enough with Undead to know that this is a white. Whites are particularly nasty for their ability to kill creatures, and once those creatures are dead, turn them into zombies. So they're kind of a bad thing to have around. Alright, Tanner is going to, hearing your instructions, go splashing into the water. 5, 10. Yes. And I'm gonna stab at it with my lance. Here it is. That's right, I threw a javelin earlier. Gaining advantage from a mounted combatant. That's gonna hit for 7 damage. Check about that. Let me double check something. Aha! I hit it for 7. And... I should have noticed this earlier. Your mundane glaive doesn't seem to be hurting it quite as much. It still hurts, just not very effectively. Same with my lance. Seeing that it is apparently unperturbed, I will go ahead and use extra attack. Ooh, scroll down. There's my lance. I found it. It's in my hand the whole time. 23 is going to hit for another 7 damage, but that's going to be reduced to 4 damage. And I'm now going to... Actually, you know, I don't need to... Actually, I will go ahead and ride up. And as I do so, send Krim flying into the attack with advantage from Pack Tactics. Beak stab. Well, yes, that'll hit and kill for 26 to hit for, we're going to round up 5 points of damage, which was just 1 more than it had left.
Don't worry, Throk, you can still hit it again if you want.
And
no one will complain.
Yeah, Krim still flying is going to come flapping back up to Tanner, landing on my shoulder, because strong wind equals bad thing for flying for birds. Oh darn. I forgot to pay attention to how far our Longstep had moved. I'm going to have Longstep engage, because I do not want to trigger an attack from that crocodile or these lizards. No matter what you say, I'm going to pull back, looking at them. Tanner is going to call to you, Marcus, and you as well, Throk. They recognize, they're calling us Crusovians. They know of our people. Ouch. And then Tanner's head is going, just as he finishes saying this, Tanner is going to look up into the snow falling from the sky. I hear something burning and approaching. And that ends Tanner's turn, and we move now to Nightshade, who is confronted with 2 rats. Nightshade? I understand that you are snacking. Perhaps you would like to continue snacking. As you rapidly juggle your character sheet, flying Nightshade. Alright, a 6 is not going to hit. The rats jump and scurry aside, one to each direction, leaving your paw slapping down onto the mud. Sorry, Nightshade. Anything else for you, sir? You have an extra attack. You're going to move over further to south. Anything else? Alrighty. Mordai. Excuse me. You hear your companions discussing this about lizard folk. You would also have heard some of them going, "Wait, Crusovians. They are allied with the Cursed One," kind of a thing. You would also hear fire, and the last time you heard fire flying, it was a skull.
Good.
There are also rats right here. What would you like to do? There are also rats right here. Oh, mice.
Fine. I guess I'm just gonna shoot a bolt.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot a shocking little bolt at this one.
The rat to the south. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Little shocking bolt of dirty 20 to hit for 2 lightning. Nightshade, you watch as there's a brief flash of light, and then one of those rats is rather thoroughly cooked.
Wow, that actually worked.
And it is also... Ooh, I'm grabbing a tree. I believe it is blasted 10 feet away from you, yes?
Yeah, although it's already dead, so.
Wow. Nightshade seems to approve. Anything else, Mordai?
I'm gonna move up this way. And I think that'll be the end of my turn for now, I guess.
Alright, long step is controlled. Throk. You are exhausted, sir. But you've also heard Marcus saying to not kill these lizard people, although you might have killed one already. And Tanner is saying that they recognize us. They know we are Chrysovians. What would you like to do?
I do have to say though that last game, before we entered into the swamp, I did take a juicy nectar, which brought me down to 1 level of exhaustion.
Ah, I don't recall you saying that, but okay.
I'm not sure if you remember me saying that or not, but
I don't recall you saying that at all, but okay. So you're at 1 level of exhaustion. Sorry, what was that, Marcus?
I was about to say, I don't remember it either, but it does make sense for your standard operations.
Absolutely. Which means all you need is 1 night's rest to come back to return yourself to. I know words, trust me. You need but 1 night's
and
rest.
we all know what it is.
Yes. All right, Throk, what would you like to do?
And we all know what happens if I take 2 juicy nectars.
I mean, you could take one, remove your level of exhaustion now. Just saying.
No.
Oh, that was so much
Well,
fun.
is there anything else for me to kill in close range?
There doesn't seem to be anything right now, but would you like some...
I don't remember this lizard being too friendly.
Which lizard
Not
is
the
this?
lizard, but the crocodile.
I was going to say, which lizard? There's quite a few currently.
Sorry.
What you saw about seconds ago was that this giant crocodile was attacking this white. White. Throk, would you like some perspective on something that you could do?
Sure.
You could use an interaction to stow your battle axe and ready an action to throw a javelin at the first. That would require you to know what Mordai heard. Mordai hasn't warned anyone, so never mind all that. You could effectively ready an action to attack the first enemy that you see. Like, for example, if one of these lizard folks only turns out to be more hostile than it seems, well, you'll be ready.
Right. I will use my interaction to stow away my axe.
Okay.
And I will choose to be ready in action to throw a spear if there's any enemy that pops his ugly head out at me within range.
Within range of your spear. Just to the wrong buttons. I apologize for quickly seeing up. I'm curious. Okay, it doesn't say here. Never mind. I will look that up later for rules clarification for my sake. Alright, Throk, so you've readied an action to attack with the spear, should that become necessary. And this button. There we go. Like that. That. I need to look at. Let's see. A little bit down to the south, coming out of the snow-laden sky, appears an ethereal green flame about a flying skull. And it is heading directly for the island. Let's say here. We're gonna call it about 40 feet up in the air. So it moves to there. Okay. And let's see. What is his passive perception? It has no condition. Yeah. Okay. It's going to. Double check. Yes. Okay. Do this. You get a 15 and a 7. So this lizard folk person down here is going to be smote in the shoulder, right where his right in the area where the shoulder and the neck join, for 13 fire damage and fall down. Let's do this and this and this. And then the 7 to hit is going to go wide and miss. Alright, so apparently that thing is hostile to these lizard folk. And even just this real quick. Okay.
So this one not friendly.
This one, which one? This one?
Yeah. This one not
correct.
friendly.
Correct. It is... Marcus, you're breaking up really badly and I cannot understand you. Throk, that skull is 40 feet up and away from you. That is technically within the disadvantage range of your spear if you went to throw. Marcus, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, hear me now?
I think I'll better hold on to my spear.
Noted, sir. Disjointedly, Marcus. What are you trying to say? Can you put it on your typing? Perfect. Just so you know, the Throk. We can hear the crunch, crunch, crunch. Marcus, the skull is flying to here. It is 40 feet up in the air. Thank you, Throk. Notice these lizard folk, and immediately hurled a fire ray that dropped this one to the ground unconscious, and probably dying. Also threw a firebolt or fire ray at this giant crocodile, but missed. So this one is unconscious. Throk, would you please roll me 1d20? You're welcome, sir. Throk, whenever you're ready, 1d20. Alright, that is not good for this fellow. Right. Now we move to this guy who is going to come around. See there's a crocodile, be like, wait, what? And getting to here, he is going to try and throw his spear up about 40 feet, which is, where's the character sheet? Is, oh, I'm sorry, not his spear. He's going to try and throw his javelin, which, because of the range, is at disadvantage. Javelin, throw! Getting an 18 to hit the skull. That is going to hit. Dealing 5 damage, but it does not seem to damage the skull over much. The skull is only going to take a little bit of damage there. Okay. As the javelin falls ineffectually back down to the ground. Throk, this one here kind of looks up at you, scans like, I don't know about you, and it's going to cautiously try and get around you. Unless you want to use your reaction to attack it.
Not sure, because wasn't he one of the ones that said that we were Crusovians?
He is indeed.
Yeah, I'm not going to attack him.
Right. In that case, he is going to use his action dash. Move here. And Mark is typing. This one's going to come trotting on his fallen fellow. It is just going to come rushing down to here. and is going to throw his javelin. Javelin throw. Getting a 14 to hit. Marcus, oh, there you are. Marcus, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I just reconnected.
Noted. Throk was talking, but you're apparently having some really bad issues. The second javelin is going to hit, but again, deal only minimal damage. Nightshade, there's a barbecued rat behind you, and the living rat in front of you that is going to try and fight you. Shockingly hitting for another 1 point of damage. Marcus, I blame you entirely. It's absolutely your fault. I'm thoroughly upset with you. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. From Tanner's new position, you can see that there is something on the island stirring still. A large, fat, furry shape with a long tail. Meouch! Cries, meows. Mules, the panther. Across the water is a fat, giant rat. Oh, rats. It is gonna dash to here. Throk, you can use your reaction to throw your spear at that if you so wish. And I'm just checking to see if you actually get advantage on this. You don't get advantage on this because that only applies to melee attacks. Having said that, either the 16 or the 22 would have hit. It doesn't have that great of an armor class by comparison.
I didn't realize I was on advantage. I thought it was on normal.
How dare you, sir? You are going to deal that rat 5 damage with your spear. Well thrown, sir.
And how far damaged is the giant rat?
It looks pretty badly hurt. Oh, I'm sorry, I just realized you can't see the health mark. There you go.
No, I can't. Oh, okay.
Seeing as how...
I didn't think they existed.
I'm pretty sure you already have a point of inspiration, so I'm not going to give you one.
That's okay.
Seeing as how
It was
fire...
totally appropriate.
Seeing as how fire was just thrown at it from out of the sky, the giant crocodile is going to move back into the water. Mostly submerged. Of note, it drew a dead, or perhaps a formerly dead, an undead? A formerly undead, now dead again body with it in its jaws. Yum, rotten meat. Alright, so that was round 3. It seems we are allied-ish with these lizard folk, question mark? Hard to say, really. Alright, top of the round. Marcus, do you wish to give any orders, sir? You have your glaive in hand. There is a dying lizard folk at your feet, and a dying lizard folk on the other side of the tree from you. What would you like to do?
Second.
1,000.
That. I think I'll just say kill the skull, and that's all I can do for it.
Oh, I told you about something. We need to check something. Sorry about that. Alright, so the orders are to kill that flying skull. Crow is controlled. Ghost is controlled. Mount is also controlled. Roscoe the crocodile. You vaguely understand that there's a skull somewhere that needs to be killed. Oh, and you saw fire raining down from above. What would you like to do? Roscoe? So here's a funny thing, Roscoe. Please put yourself back where you started.
Oh.
Thank you. Move 1 square in the direction that you indicated that you wanted to go. Okay. That's going to cost you 10 feet of movement to move that 1 square. Marcus, would you please do me a favor and roll me 2 delta 4?
I don't think I want to.
Well, whether you want to or not.
They're kind of rolling.
Oh. You are on a massive delay, sir. Roscoe the leatherhead crocodile, you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage as the blades of grass seem to beneath you seem to stab viciously. Good thing you're not concentrating on a spell. I've adjusted your hit points for you, sir.
Oh, I am going to be so mad until I figure out who put spike growth here.
What would you like to do with the rest of your turn, sir?
I think I'm just gonna stay here.
You can also come out of your wild shape form and in order to cast magic as an option, or use your sling.
Yeah.
For wild shape,
Well, let's see.
Does it require a bonus action to come out of it?
Here, where's my actual page, Roscoe? Wild shape, here we go.
That's so much.
This is a long one, guys. Hope you brought your popcorn.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. As long as nope, that doesn't answer my question. Ow. That does not answer my question. Here we go. You automatically revert. You can revert to your normal form earlier by using a bonus action. So you can use your bonus action to shapeshift back to Roscoe form, and then you can still use your action to make a weapon or spell attack.
Yeah. Why don't I do that? Change back into Roscoe form.
Okay.
With bonus action.
Note that.
Oh, I'm so tiny there.
Also, Roscoe, note that because the damage was taken solely by your crocodile form, none of the damage transferred to you.
That is true.
And you can also now warn your companions about the dangers of moving.
Okay. So I'm just gonna let everybody else know. Hey guys, I don't know how big it is, but where I'm standing, there's spike growth.
Oh dear.
And so now, okay. And I don't know who's cast it, but I'm gonna focus my attention on that glowy, fiery skull thing with my sling.
So, alright, you can take the shot. It is a distance. So it's 20 feet across and then 40 feet up. So I just make it simple and say it's 40 feet on direct line from you.
Alright, here we go.
I know for those of you who are listening that is not correct geometry, and for my own sake and simplicity of my own sanity, I don't care. An 8 to attack, I am sorry, is not a hit. The stone goes slinging wild.
I'm still getting used to the thing, so I need a little more practice.
Indeed. Alright, so that was a little bit of your movement, your bonus action, and your action. And thank you, your warning. Marcus, you are quite familiar with Roscoe's deadly ground-eating spell called Spike Growth, and apparently you're all standing in it. What would you like to do, sir? Oh, Marcus disappeared. That's problematic. Marcus, if you can hear me, can you please hit the reconnect button again? I have no idea what you're saying. I'm so sorry. Are you there, Marcus?
That's all I heard.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna give a challenge to Ghost for now.
Okay. Sorry, Marcus. Throk was providing peanut gallery. Alright, so real quick. Roscoe has come out of his crocodile form and warned us that we're in spike growth, which, as you're very familiar with, that basically means death. And then he threw a stone at the skull. What would you like to do with your turn, Marcus?
I'm gonna use a talent sap on Ghost.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is going to restore 11 hit points to Ghost, which I understand you're not able to affect the character, the little circle. There we go.
I can.
Oh, you can. That's odd. Alright, well, I already did it for you.
Yes.
Alright, so that's your action. Anything else for you, Marcus?
Not just yet.
Alright. In which case, move to Tanner, who is going to use his action. I already stowed my lance, so instead I'm going to use my advantage from combatant and use my force shield.
Take out the ROUS.
Yes, the rat of unusual size. 26 to hit for 8 damage is going to hit. And crack said rat of unusual size's head into powder. It is dead.
Mica powder.
What
And
was that?
glitter everywhere.
Yes. Oh, hold on, Throk. Marcus, what was that?
It's effective.
Indeed. Now, I'm going to take a bit of a risk. I'm going to have Tanner sidestep. I'll look over at Throk. The area around here seems clear. It's 5 feet. 30. That becomes 40. 90 to here. Have long step dash. Now I'll use my interaction to pull out a javelin. 40 feet, 40 feet, 40 feet. Disadvantage. And I'm gonna throw my javelin. Javelin, throw. 40 feet, almost straight up. 15 to hit. This out of the way.
Try and catch it.
15 is going to hit, shockingly. But again, for minor damage, only 4 damage makes it through. At which point, Krim is going to take flight up. Now, because it is 40 feet up in the air, Krim is now 40 feet up in the air. Oh, Marcus has disappeared again. Marcus, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Krim is not gaining advantage from pack tactics.
No.
Unfortunately, 9 is going to miss. And Marcus, when you get a chance, can you hit reconnect? I can't. You're coming through garbled again. So that was 40 feet up. 40 feet up to here, and then his movement speed is 60. Wait, he took off from my shoulder, so subtract 10. He flew up 30. Attacked, missed. He's actually gonna... I need to double check something. Yeah, still strong winds. So, as a side note, when in strong winds, Marcus, can you hear me?
Yeah, although I lost a bit.
When in strong winds, a flying creature must land at the end of its turn or fall. Krim is 40 feet up in the air, having taken flight from my shoulders. Krim is going to turn around and fly back down. This, however, does not trigger any attack of opportunity. Nightshade, you just got bit by a rat. What would you like to do? Saddled and armored panther that you are. A 15 spells death for the rat as you eat another rat, and you are quite well pleased. Meow.
Wow!
First. Mordai. It is your turn.
In a second. I'm going to take out my magic wand and I'm going to shoot a magic missile at it.
Ooh, fun. Is that wand of magic missile?
Yes.
You cast it at first level then? One charge expended? I assume that to be a yes. You're having audio difficulties again. Your 3 darts burst from the tip of your wand, shoot through the darkness, and crash against a glittering sphere about the skull as it casts shield. Leviosa! You're saying it wrong. It has been years since I last saw that movie, and I barely remember any of it. Alright, so Mordai, you cast Magic Missile, and the skull casts Shield, blocking all 3 darts.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to attempt to move.
Alright, where would you like to move
Does
to?
that do anything?
Let me check. As Mount's hoof comes down on the ground here, Roscoe, please roll me 2d4 as Mount whinnies in pain.
Sorry.
And takes 6 points of damage.
Though I did warn you.
So it would seem the boundaries of the spell are so far here, and apparently here. Alright, Mordai, anything else for you?
I'm gonna call out a warning of having stepped on the of the hazards on the ground, basically.
Noted.
And I think that'll be
very
it.
loud, sir. Okay. Alright, thank you, Mordai. Long step is
Excellent.
controlled. Sorry?
Actually, if I can, I'm actually gonna ride away over here a little bit. That'll be
Okay.
it.
That is acceptable to me. Throk. You You've been warned that that an area seems clear. You are now spearless. You are down 1 spear. Oh, and I'm down 1 javelin. I will make a quick adjustment, and you may take your turn, sir.
All right. I know I just moved about, 2 or 10 feet.
So 10, 20. So Crow has spent 20 feet, and Marcus, please roll for me. 4, Delta 4. You moved 10, you spent 20.
You said 2 or 4 of them?
Roll 4, Delta 4, please. Crow screams in fury and pain as he takes 9 piercing damage. Watch that health bar.
Yep.
Anything else for you, Throk? You have, Crow has 70 feet of movement remaining. Interesting. There seems to be no damage.
Okay. So how much more do I have?
You've spent 20. You've spent 25 out of 70. Or sorry, 25 out of 90. My bad. You have 65 remaining.
55, 45, 35.
I only realized that all the green lines are going to start blending into the tree, so it'll be a little easier to spot. There we go.
And I think that's about as much movement as it. It took me about 20 feet down and then another 15 out there, so that's 35 feet.
You can have him dash.
Yes, I can. That's right.
You can have him dash.
So I'm
or
going
you-
to have Crow dash.
Okay.
To about here.
Okay.
And
He is on 40 feet.
there.
He is 40 feet on a direct line diagonally to you.
I was going to guess that exact same thing, so
I'm amazing.
here we go. I am going to take out another spear and throw it at that thing.
Okay. Range is 20 out of 60, so you're throwing at disadvantage.
If I use my inspiration point, am I going to be throwing it at normal then?
Yes. But do
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. With inspiration spent for normal. Throk throws. Can he make the distance?
Wait a second. The guy has a shield on. There's no way I can penetrate that.
I mean, you could roll a nat 20.
I could, but man, I wish I had rage.
Sorry. I think can you put reckless attack into the chat, please?
Yeah. Let's see. Reckless.
Oh, actually, it doesn't really matter. Regardless of how many different ways to gain advantage, if there's even one source of a disadvantage, it cancels it all out.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, you're throwing at normal.
Yeah. So. And here we go.
Spear away.
Come on.
Well, that's not a net
Wow.
20. That is your second spear gone. I don't know how many spears you have left.
I have one.
Okay. That was it for Throk, and it is now the Skull's turn.
Should have waited in action.
The Skull pivots and looks down. opens its toothy maw and coughs out a tiny little bead of fire. I have dexterity saving throws from everyone caught in the blast, please.
Oh boy.
What was that, Marcus?
Just a second. I can't choke at one second.
I have no idea what you're saying. Please hit reconnect, Marcus.
Can you hear me now?
Much better, thank you, yes. Wow.
Alright.
Throk, that is one success.
Yep.
Who's rolling at why is Roscoe rolling at advantage?
Because he used an inspiration point.
Aha, thank you. Roscoe succeeds. I will check on Ghost. The DC. DC is... Okay. Crow succeeds.
Oh, yes.
Noted, Marcus, you are immune to fire damage, which is fantastic news for you. So even though you failed, you're immune, so that means nothing to you. Also, Ghost succeeded, Crow succeeded, Roscoe succeeded. Okay, so now I need to roll for the lizard folk, which are three of them. 1, 2, 3. Well, all but one succeed. Okay, and now I'll roll for long step. Dexterity saving throw. That's not good. Dexterity saving throw for Grim. That's good. Dexterity saving throw for Tanner. That is very good. Alright, so... name. There we go. Alright, also, keep in mind your mounted combatant feat. If your mount is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw and only half damage if it fails. Alright, so... Krim is... sorry? Marcus?
Oh.
You're very broken, sir. Marcus, please hit reconnect, and Throk, would you be so kind, sir, as to roll for me? Indeed. Once I find it. There it is. 8 Delta 6 fire damage! Please be kind.
Wait, what? What dice did you say again?
8 Delta 6.
Oh. There we go, Delta 6. May the odds forever be in our favor.
That was not terribly gentle of you, sir. Alright, Marcus, you're immune. One of the lizard folk is going to take a full 24 damage. That'll be this guy caught out in the open with no cover. And he is now dying. And unconscious and prone. Switch back to my notes. Long Step is going to take half of that, so Long Step's going to take 12 damage instead of 24, thanks to Mounted Combatant. Yay. Alright, and Marcus, as I said, is immune, so Crim is going to take half damage, so 12 damage to Crim. Which is good news, because Crim only has 20. So now he has 8. Tanner's going to take 12, which I have completely and utterly forgotten that I have temporary hit points. So those should be at 8 minus 12. So that wipes out my 8 and transfers 4 to my temporary hit points, or to my regular hit points. I know words. All right. And now this guy's going to take half and is 12, and now is unconscious, dying, and prone. This guy's going to take 12 and is not unconscious, dying, or unconscious, prone, or dying. So there's that. Ghost is going to take no damage. Roscoe, you're going to take 12 damage, sir. Throk, 12 damage. And Crow, no damage.
Crow, no damage? Why not?
Mounted Combatant. If you're...
Oh!
I literally just read it.
Well, I'm sorry, I was focused on something else.
Fair. The trees to either side of us are engulfed in flames, which do seem to be dying rather quickly because these trees are soaked in swamp water. Having cast that nasty little bombshell, it's gonna move to here. Oh, I just realized, Longstep is actually standing in an area that should have caused him to take 2 Delta 4 damage. I didn't realize that until just now, I apologize. Okay, so Longstep's at 1 hit point after all that. And Tanner's gonna point at the stream. I see something in the water! And, let's see. Roscoe, roll me 1 Delta 20, please. And Marcus, roll me 1 Delta 20, please. That is 1 fail. That is 1 fail.
Well, at least we're consistent.
And this guy is going to stagger over here, realize that he took no damage, and let himself fall into the water, just smoking from all of his scales. Just ow, 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 ow. Drop, splash. What was that?
I said, oh gosh.
Alright, so that guy is kind of just chilling in the water, and that was the end of the round. Tanner looks over at you, Marcus. Ouch! That burned. Marcus, top of the round. Your orders, sir. I am so sorry. Please reconnect.
It was from the blast of the fireball.
Right? Tanner indicated that there was something in the water, but he also mentioned ow. Based on Tanner's indication, there was something moving in the water that direction. Marcus, are you able to hear us okay? It seems like you just can't talk to us well. Mostly, okay. Your orders to the party, sir. For a brief second there, I almost read mostly as though that were the orders being given. I'm silly. Marcus is thinking. Marcus, are you able to say anything and be understandable? I'm going to attempt to reconnect. Stand by. Stop the school is the order. Got it. Okay, Crow is control. Roscoe, Throk, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus, are you able to hear me? Excellent. Marcus, are you able to hear me? Crow is controlled, Ghost controlled, not controlled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, much better than before. Roscoe, it is your turn. Can I have an insight check from you, sir?
Sure. Oh, wait.
At normal.
Normal.
I'm gonna try to
Insight.
mostly type since my audio keeps going in and out.
Noted. Thank you, Marcus. Roscoe, you have no idea what's going on other than that skull must be stopped. You've seen.
Well, I blame it on the fireball.
Indeed. You've seen that that regular weapons don't seem to do much to it.
Yeah. Not a whole lot. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to seem a little dramatic, but I take my sling and I swing it around my head, but instead of a bullet or a sling bullet being thrown at it, I cast lightning bolt.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you had that. I totally forgot you had that as a spell. Okay, that's going to necessitate a dexterity saving throw from the flying skull. So here we go. That's a fail. Would you please, sir, roll me 8 Delta 6 lightning damage? Do note, technically speaking, Marcus and Ghost are in a direct line of path between you and the skull.
But I am pointing straight up at it.
Yeah, I see that. Look, you're a tiny little guy. You're right next to a giant war horse. And that thing is 40 feet up. So you're... Sorry. What I should have clarified is, you're... In order to cast the spell, you're going to have to cast it directly through Marcus and Ghost. Unless you climb up on Ghost.
Why are you putting an arrow that direction?
I think he's trying to indicate which way you can move in order to better cast Lightning Bolt and not catch Ghost and Marcus in it. But
okay.
he might have he might have forgotten that that I do allow you as a tiny little halfling to ride doubles.
Yep, I'm climbing up on Ghost, and I sling my thing, casting Lightning Bolt! Although it wasn't as dramatic as last time.
I'm sorry, I was totally on board until I looked at the screen like, there's a problem with this. Thank you, Marcus. Climbing makes more sense anyway.
Yes.
Roscoe,
So,
8 Delta 6, please.
8 Delta 6. Hey, I already have that up and ready to go, so
Perfect.
Here we roll!
And for those of you listening at home, I would give Marcus a point of inspiration. However, he already has one, so therefore I cannot give him one. Alright, 28 points of crackling lightning damage. Slam into the skull, who clearly did not see that one coming. Dealing it 14 points of damage. It is apparently resistant.
But still, that was a big chunk from
that was
skull.
a hefty blow. Anything else for you, Marcus?
Um,
Well shot, by the way.
I don't think I have any more, or I don't think I have a bonus action or anything, do I?
I don't think so.
Hang on, let me check something real quick.
No.
Down to combat. No. That's not what I want. Spell. Wasn't there like a spell that I had that's also a bonus action? But I don't know if I can still do that.
I have no idea. What spell are you referring to?
Nope, I don't have anything like that. Okay, nope, I'm good. I'm done.
You are blasted, sir. All right, Marcus. It's your turn. The lizard person who is unconscious on the ground here is quite thoroughly he's dead. He took damage from that fireball, and yeah, he already had one fail. That means he took 2 more and died. There are still this lizard folk over here and this lizard folk over here. Marcus, can you hear me okay? Okay, thank you. And there is that fellow up there. What would you like to do with your turn, Marcus?
Make it blue.
I'm curious as to what this means. I really have no idea what you mean by that. Oh, wow.
I'm encouraging him.
I thought that was Marcus typing "make it blue" until I look at the name. I'm like, oh.
I'm encouraging the poor lad.
Fair. Oh, actually, I have a question for you, Marcus. Which I'm gonna, if you don't mind, do you mind if I grab your character sheet for 1 second, Marcus? You have a 2nd level spell you could use. No, wait, did you already use that to do Divine Smite earlier? Remember you did a Divine Smite, I just don't remember if you, excuse me, spent the first or the 2nd. It is still 40 feet up, but you're on a horse, which is effectively bringing you about 10 feet up-ish, for the purposes of what we're discussing. He's thinking. Roscoe, Marcus suddenly disappears.
Wait, what?
He suddenly disappears.
Ah!
Wow. Why are you... You don't need to say it that many times there, Marcus. Wow. Apparently. Okay, so Marcus, even if you could not reach all the way up to exactly where it is, you could still reach within at least 10 feet of it, which you have a glaive with a 10-foot reach. You are now 30 to 40 feet up in the air above the water.
What's that, Peck?
Wow, a reference to Willow. I'm gonna say no. It is an extremely tiny object, and you would have to go above where it is, and you only have 30-foot range. So you can either appear beside it, ish, or below it. Beside it in the technical sense, I suppose. Excellent, remembering that you have to that you attack at normal now. 22 is going to hit for 2 radiant, and although you rolled 14 slashing, it is a mundane weapon, so that is going to mean it's only going to take a little bit of damage. So that's a total of 9 damage. Well struck, sir. And your final attack as you begin to drop. Quickly, man, quickly! You're falling to the water! Ow. You're plummeting towards a 5-foot depth of water. You're falling. Can you roll an attack? I don't know what you're doing. Why are you typing? Wow, that was almost a nat 1. All right, 26 to hit, 7 slashing, 1 radiant becomes 5 total points of damage. That was epic, sir. Marcus, you are plummeting towards the water. Can I please have from you, sir, a dexterity saving throw? You avoid crashing into the bottom of the water. You splash into the water without touching the muddy bed of the swamp lake here. So you are no longer 40 feet up, but you are suddenly submerged in cold, cold water. Can I have from you one more saving throw? Constitution, please. Maintains your concentration. Yes. Oh, nat 1. Unless you want to use your point of inspiration. This is correct. You have not taken damage, but you are falling from 30 feet into cold water. This is not a normal circumstance for you, so I'm asking you for a Constitution saving throw for concentration. Ouch! Ugh. So that was a natural 1, unless you want to use your point of inspiration for advantage. Excellent. Roll it one more time. My fingers are crossed for you. You can do this. There you go. You maintain concentration on divine favor. I almost said divine smite. That would be really odd. Marcus, you teleported, you struck, you are currently swimming. You can use the rest of your movement to swim to the surface. You're only like, swim to the surface. It's like 2 feet. You easily bob up to the surface. I recommend not touching the ground where you are. 10, 20, 30. So if you want to swim, you'd have to end your turn right here-ish. Because when you swim, you're moving at half speed. So that's 15. Ow, so that would be the total 30 feet of your movement. That was amazing, by the way. Excellent. Until right then, I completely forgot you had that spell as a Oath of Vengeance Paladin. That was awesome. You seem confused by what I'm indicating, sir. Oh, right, you're swimming. I'm so sorry. I'm apparently a little brain dead. You are swimming and avoiding going into walking on the ground there. I apologize. For some reason, I completely utterly forgot that. Yes, you are fine to make it that far. That only costs you 10, 20 feet of movement. You have 10 feet remaining. I mean, if you want to go back in the water, you can. 5, 10. Excellent. Thank you, Marcus. And thank you for calling me out on that. I don't know what happened to my brain, but apparently it slightly died. That was your bonus action, your movement. That was epic. Well done, Marcus. Unless you have anything specific you want to tell the rest of your party to do, we will move on to Tanner. Anything, Marcus? Go to Tanner. Alright. Alright, so Tanner sees that that's happening. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk. I saw that Longstuff got hurt stepping into this area. I'm going to have Tanner get off of my shoulder. Or Tanner. I'm going to have Krim get off of my shoulder. And I'm going to dismount so that it costs me 15 feet. 15 feet. And I'm going to draw out another javelin. You can use a bonus action because why not? And I'm going to throw. 19 is gonna hit. It's a 14, which meets my spell save DC. So, who would like to roll for me? As I show my character sheet. Who would like to roll for me 1 Delta 10 piercing damage?
I'll do it.
Apparently by unanimous decision. So that's 6 divided by half. Because he met my, he beat my DC. Beat, not met. Wait, what? Hold on. This says 14, but my spell description still says 13. Okay, well he meets my spell save DC. I'll figure that out later. So he's going to take half damage from the spell. So that's 3 points of damage. And 7 from the javelin for a total of 10 points of damage as the javelin strikes down upon something in the water. 10 points of damage dealt. And a Constitution saving throw from the swimming lizard person there. Constitution is there. I pay attention. Well, that's a fail, which means he's going to lose concentration. And Roscoe, you watch as the ground beneath Ghost's feet, hooves ripples, writhes, and then, oops. It's almost like the needles have gone away, and you are no longer on, wait for it, pins and needles. Alright, so as my bonus action, I had to use my interaction to pull out a ranged weapon and my action to throw it, so I don't have the means of using another ranged weapon. Partisans typing. So that means we go to Krim. Krim is going to follow my orders. He has a 60-foot flying speed. At normal. Can he hit? Now it just feels like the needles in my brain. 13 to hit. Excuse me. That is going to hit. However, that is 9 piercing of regular damage, so that's going to be reduced to 5 points. And the skull shatters.
Yay!
35 feet. Flew 35 feet. He's currently about 40 feet up. Grim's just going to fly here and land in the branches of the whipping tree. Alright. Excuse me. We move to Nightshade's turn. As I briefly start choking and dying. Yay for Krim. And I'll just help you out. Yay for Krim! Spelled with a C. Nightshade, you're no longer menaced by rats. But you do... Oh, you're feasting on the cooked rat.
Yes. He is currently feasting on the cooked rat.
Noted. Mordai, since Nightshade is busy, there's a javelin sticking up out of something over there in the water. Seems like a fairly good bet that someone's in there that needs to be dealt with. Would you like to take your turn, sir? Please don't hit me.
Please don't.
Oh, magic missile, so you definitely will not hit me. Alright, using first level, so 1 charge. Okay, so that is 3 darts at 2 points per dart, so that's going to be a total of 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, pardon me. Indeed, wand, not wand. So you bring out your wand, since that skull is now gone, can no longer cast shield, quite annoying. And 3 little darts spring out and slam into that lizard folk with a punishing force. Anything else for you, Mordai? With a punishing force, but bum. Thank you very much. Did you want to move anywhere? What? 1d4 should be 9? No. The way the magic missile spell works, you roll 1d4 plus 1, and that is what each dart deals. So for example, you rolled 1d4, the result was 1 plus 1, that's 2, and that applies to every single one of the darts. So each dart deals 2 damage for a total of 6. Yeah, I don't really get how you got 9, but okay. Anything else for you, Mordai? Wait, what? I do not have a good singing voice, so don't ask me to sing. Alright, you don't want to move anywhere, Mordai? Fair enough. Long step, limping, is going to come up behind Tanner like, I'm in pain. Ouch. Throk. There is a oh, yes, you are moving. Noted. Throk, there's a swimming enemy that just got blasted by magic missile and stuck by my spear and blasted by my wonderful Hail of Thorns spell, which honestly is a lot more damage than I thought it would. Would you like to take your turn, sir?
Yes, I would.
Excellent. You currently have no weapon in hand. What would you like to do? I think you have your shield in hand.
I do have my shield in hand, I think. Yes, I do. Well, it is a little crowded on one side. Nope, wait, it's crowded on both sides. Darn you, crowds.
How dare we?
Well, let's see. I'm just going to ride over here. And then dismount. No, wait, no. I'm gonna stay up here.
You can have
Okay,
pro
let's
dash if you wanted to get to here.
You know what? Yeah, let's just do that.
Alrighty.
I might go this way, that way, down here and around here, over there, all the way up there, and yeah, that'll be good enough.
Fair enough.
And then I pull out my spear, my last spear, my darling last spear, Clementine.
Are you gonna use point of inspiration for advantage?
I don't have any point of inspiration.
Well, Clementine, make this. It's your last spear, the spear you always keep to the last and retrieve whenever you're done with the fight.
Yes. My darling Clementine, please pierce this guy.
You are throwing at normal. Excuse me. Throw
Yes,
away.
I am.
But I'm going to throw away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that almost
24
turned into a 2.
hits
Oh gosh.
for 6 damage, and it's still alive.
Oh, I figured it would be, but wow, a 24. It was almost a 2. The dice went from a 2 and rolled over to an 18. I was like, oh my gosh.
Noted, Marcus. So that is your interaction and your action. You cannot make another ranged weapon attack. Anything else for you, Throk?
I use my bonus action to do nothing.
Noted. Nothing is done with your bonus action. Now with a spear and a javelin sticking out of him. Let's see. Go here, and I need to look
I
at
think that should hurt.
Oh, he's definitely hurting. There's blood in the water. Ba-dum-bum.
Roscoe from a distance says, really? You said think? You are not hired to think, you hippopotamic landmass?
Okay, Roscoe doesn't have a point of inspiration.
I've been holding on to that one for 2 weeks.
I'm sure you have, and for that, let's see, what's the range here? Nope, too far. But I can do this. Alright, so, Throk. Incoming. Oh. A ball of fire leaps from the lizard folk's hand, soars across the distance, and splashes ineffectually against your shield.
That was cute.
Alright. Throk, can I have you roll a d20? Marcus, can I have you roll a d20? Please and thank you both.
20.
Well, that's a success.
Whoa. Nice.
That's a nat 20. Which means this guy is no longer unconscious, no longer dying, but is still prone. And he has 1 hit point. So that's that guy. Thank you both very much. This guy is now going to swim. He's going to dash to here. Giant crocodile is gonna swim up to you. Let's see. That, and that, and use this. Fine. So first attack is gonna be this as he swims towards the cast. Oh gosh! There is an eruption of blood and swamp water, and scales, and what looks like bones. And that guy is very, very dead. Ouch. And
Well.
Go ahead.
No, that just tells us we should never get into his way again.
Tanner's just looking at the big crocodile like, okay, Roscoe, I think I have a recommendation for the next time you want to attempt to shape into an animal. I recommend that one. Pointing at the giant crocodile.
Yes, giant crocodile, please.
Alright, so that is going to be the end of the fight. Excuse me. 1 second while I do this. And
That was an incredible fight.
Thank you. That took almost 6 rounds. Only about 30 seconds.
Goodness.
Ghost, Mount, Roscoe, Marcus, Tanner,
So
Grim.
for those people listening out there, a lot can happen in 30 seconds.
Yeah, apparently, good grief. There we go. This lizard fellow is going to crawl on over to his companion. And let's see if he can do this. Alright. This one is no longer dying, it is stabilized. And then heft him up onto his shoulders. There we go. Whoa, that's bright.
Whoa. Blinded by the light.
Indeed. A talent tap, please roll it. And I'm checking to see what else I have. Not much. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Tanner's also gonna use a talent sap on the lizard creature that that Throk absolutely pummeled into the ground.
Sorry. He hit me first.
Indeed, he did. All right, so Marcus, you restore 12 hit points to this fellow, and Tanner is going to restore 16 hit points to this fellow. Of their original party, only 1, 2, 3, 4. I think only one actually full-on died.
Yeah.
Mordai, as you and Tanner are able to interpret, these lizard folks hiss out.
The shaman drew us here, told us intruders on our land, but then captured us and began to make us into undead. He would have made more, but the mound of vines intruded and threatened his progress. He had to deal with it. We were able to...
One of them points at the island over here.
We were able to burst our bonds and gain our weapons and armor, but we could not flee so easily with the...
It aims a contemptuous look at the rotting corpses.
Undead still here. You Crusovians came at good time to aid us.
Marcus, do you want anything said to them? Are you able to speak, sir? Can we hear you clearly?
Can you hear me now?
It's only slightly elongated, but yes. Marcus, I'm going to attempt to reconnect real fast, so hold on 1 second. Wow, your connection is really low, Marcus.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh dear, I can't hear Marcus. Roscoe, are you able to hear Marcus?
I was able to hear Marcus.
You were
Nope.
able. Pardon.
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah.
This guy can stand back up. Throk, this one is looking at you, not quite with insult, just kind of like, you strike strong and hard. And Marcus is typing. Thank you, Marcus.
Can you believe I went through that whole fight but without rage?
Yes.
It's crazy.
You did pretty well. You know, you're just rather badly damaged. Tanner's gonna look at you. Tanner's gonna look at you, Throk. Would you like Oh crud! My brain just blanked on me. Not Marble Pearl.
Talon Sap.
Not Talon Sap.
I'd like a long rest. That's what I'd like.
Where did I put it? I know I found it. I must have given it to one of you all others. I think I gave it one. I gave some to to Throk, and some to Roscoe. Not Torpor. Marcus is still typing. Thank you, Marcus. Not Pearl of Power. Something came across. So Marcus, through Mordai and Tanner, you communicate that you're going to try and make peace, or at least allyship with them, for safe, shall we call it safe passage through their swamps? Noted. Oh, noted, sir. Marcus, would you please give me, first, give me a persuasion check as Marcus, and depending on how well you do, it may or may not give advantage to Mordai. Okay, Mordai, give me a persuasion check at advantage. Nicely rolled. Here you are. Juicy nectar, that's what I was trying to refer to. Oh dear. I'll get to that in 1 second. So Tanner looks over at Throk. Would you like to use that juicy nectar? I think we're going to camp here, perhaps.
I've already had one. I don't want to take another.
Alright, so let's see. Roscoe cannot help per se because he cannot speak their language. Tanner, on the other hand, can attempt a persuasion check. He's not good at it. He's very not good at it. Tanner was too distracted teasing Throk a little. With that 10 from Mordai, the lizard people... Mordai is struggling. Valid. The lizard folk stare at you for a long time. Sorry.
We know of Crusovians. They are worthy.
Thanks. Tanner was trying.
They are worthy allies, as you have shown today. You may sleep undisturbed. But you should leave our hunting lands soon. We would regret hunting you.
Several of them eye Throk.
No matter how tasty the meat might be.
Why are they looking at me?
Tanner looks up at you, Throk, and perhaps it's best that you don't know.
I then choose to smile really big.
So Marcus, in conclusion, they are letting us have. They're effectively granting us safe passage, with a not entirely a short limit on it. Effectively, they're saying they don't want to fight us. They appreciate what we've done for them here, and they're going to turn a blind eye to our being here for the time being. We probably have a couple of days to get through their territory. Did you want to ask them why the shaman wanted them to be undead? Because if you don't, Mark Tanner's going to ask. So Marcus, you're attempting a bit of an implied threat. Yes, you would regret it, as you have your evidently quite useful glaive. And you're asking them for safe basically the shortest route out, as well as what the shaman wanted. They glance towards the island and past the island, kind of on a north eastern direction. So that way.
He desired undead to search an area that way, deeper to the swamps. For safe passage, continue north. You will leave our hunting grounds within acceptable limits.
And without further word, they start gathering they're undead. They're dead. And with muted growls, they will depart. Whoever would like to can give me a nature check.
I'll give it a go.
Cool. Not fantastic for Roscoe. Not fantastic for Marcus. Oh dear.
It's not bad. Not saying I want to build a summer home here, but the trees are quite lovely.
You are rocking it. Oh wow. Tanner looks up at you, Marcus. I can think of a few reasons why someone would want undead for exploring an area. Potentially other undead, or the presence of diseases or poisons that would be difficult for the living to deal with. I might suggest the island is perhaps the most defensible position available to us if we wanted to set up camp and recover from our injuries, Marcus. Tanner looks around. He's not quite fully sure of himself the way he would be in the mountains. And looking at the general area, the island ahead of us is surrounded by water on all sides, has a tree, and thanks to this battle is relatively clean of pests, or perhaps completely clean of pests. Alright, can you all move yourselves and your mounts to the island, please? Wrong button. Okay, noted. Thank goodness you remembered that you have that fireproof armor on, Marcus. On the island, there is a desiccated corpse, notably missing its head. The body of the shaman has on it a crude map of what looks like an area of the swamp where there is a hill with an X drawn on it, and thanks to Mordai and Tanner, there are scrawled I'm sorry, my brain just went away on me. There are scrawled some words of power seeker and treasure around the X mark on the map. Given what we've heard from the lizard folk warriors, that and the direction they pointed, it could be that he was intending to explore the area on his map in that general direction, and that there is treasure in that area. They fail to remember which screen I'm on. Sorry, I was starting to zoom in and suddenly realized I was zooming in on my Dungeon Master screen, not my player screen.
Seems as if somebody else lost their head.
Who would like to give me a religion check?
Let's see who has the higher religion check. I have a 5.
Nice, Marcus. That 5 religion, is that from Mordai?
I would say, yeah.
Mordai tries hard, but not there yet. Okay, Roscoe and Marcus, you both realize that the skull, the flaming skull, was likely the head of this corpse. Furthermore, you also realize from various teachings and rumors and legends that you've studied and heard about, if the fragments of that skull aren't gathered and cleansed, i.e. with holy water, we might not get a long rest because that skull might come back fairly quickly tonight. Would anyone like to
go get it.
who currently has a vial of holy water, a flask of holy water? I forget which it is.
I think I have some.
I know I have some.
Let's see. I have 3 flasks of holy water.
Roscoe does, or Throk does?
That would be the little guy over here on top of the big cat.
Noted. Roscoe, are you going to use your one of your flasks or vials of holy water to cleanse the skull?
I will.
All right, expend 1 container of holy water, and that means it will not come back in an hour's time to harass us yet once more.
See you in an hour.
Or not, as the case may be. All right. It seems we can either continue on course to go to the lands farther north, thus out of the hunting lands, or we can make a stopover at a tower and look into something called a power wielder's treasure. Marcus? I thought that might catch your interest. All right. We are going to take a long rest here on the island, so please expend 1 ration for each of you. My rations are... What am I looking at here? Where are my rations? Oh, here they are. Okay. So that should now be 11. And my Pearl of Power is going to get recharged at the end of this night. Alright, we are going to take a long rest. So you can recover your hit dice, your spell slots, if you've spent any. I know I have. Your hit points. So those should be now to here. There we go. I'm going to recover my javelins for Tanner. And I'm also going to put some caltrops around our little island here, just in case something comes up at us out of the night. You never know, it can happen. I mean, it's not that I've ever done that sort of thing before.
What could possibly go wrong?
Where? Here we go. Caltrops. Is it this one? It is not that one. This one? Nope. Weird. Now my caltrops aren't appearing. Oh, okay. It's because someone deleted the image out, I guess. Alright.
What?
It happens sometimes. It's part of the digital library problem with Roll20 system. So recover all your... Oh, and also don't forget to do the same for your mounts to recover their hit points. Yes, Krim is also going to recover some health. Ouch. Throk, you're also going to remove your level of exhaustion and regain all of your hit points. And all uses of your rage.
Oh. Where did the island go? There we go.
Right here. Also, don't forget that you recover all sorcery points and all uses of wild shape.
I already did that.
Noted.
Now, you were saying this is our time to use our hit dice to regain any hit points?
That's during a short rest. We're taking a long rest.
Okay.
Ouch. So we're recovering all hit dice, all hit points, all spell slots, all divine sense, all
divine smite.
Well, those are spells. Those are based off of spell slots. All wild shapes, all rage points, all sorcery points, so on and so forth. All right. Well, we survived. And we're at our time limit. Thank you everyone for sticking it out. And Marcus is having sound issues. Marcus, can you hear us okay? If you can, put something in the chat. Apparently not. That's nope. Let's do a reconnect. He dropped out entirely. All right. Great. I was gonna say thank you to him, and thank you to Marcus, and I'll pass this on to him later. Thank you to Marcus for sticking it out despite the difficulties of not being able to play audibly. I know that's difficult, and he did a great job. So props to him. Roscoe and Throk, well done with everything. Fantastic maneuvering and great job.
Awesome. Thank you.
And well done on deciding to shift out of your crocodile form so you could take part, because that set you up for being able to cast your lightning bolt spell.
Well, I mean, geez, I didn't want to scrape up my belly all that much while I was dealing with spike growth.
It's so much fun getting to turn that on you guys sometimes.
That would have been a massacre.
You're welcome for that. Again, thank you so much for playing, both of you, and I'll say that to Marcus as well when I can. And for those of you listening and following along at home, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed, despite the technical difficulties of someone not being able to maintain a good internet connection. No names mentioned, Marcus. I'm sure at this point he would say thank you for setting up and running the game, to which I would say you're welcome, but he's not here to say it, so I will congratulate myself and pat myself on the back.
Well, thank you so much for running the game.
You're welcome. Oh, here he is. Marcus would like to take
Maybe he'll have
hour.
a chance to say it.
Maybe. He says Marcus would like to take an hour to bury the headless body victim, which he can do, and that he's back. And he also says thank you for setting and running the game for us. You're welcome, Marcus. You can indeed bury the body. Whoever would like to can give me a medicine check, real quick. Ooh, very nice, Marcus. And Roscoe, you definitely take the lead on this. This body is very, very old. It's been dead here for perhaps a century or more. Whatever it was that killed it, I mean, it could have been old age. It's hard to tell. The body is so badly damaged and rotted. Let's just say you have to make a lot of trips to take all the various pieces to the grave that you dig for Marcus. Tanner helps, though Krim doesn't come anywhere near the stink. What remains of the body and its attire seem to suggest someone who was rarely, if ever, engaged in any sort of combat. There's no sign of armor or even weapon. It could very well be that the body predates the swamp. Or at least the swamp in its current status.
And there would be a lot more vines wrapped around it.
So who knows what we will find on the morrow when we go to find this power wielder's location for treasure. Again, you're welcome for joining. Thank you so much. I'm glad you had fun. I hope you felt challenged, or perhaps a little bit of thrill and terror, or at least some humor, one or the other. And for those of you watching and listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope we'll see you again next time in Land of the Predator. Have a good night, everyone. And
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Marcus, Mordai, Throk, Tanner, and Roscoe take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. Giant Rat, Giant Weasel, Stirge, Twig Blight. Let us know if you want to see more combats taking place in the dark of night, in dim twilight, or bright daytime. Shout out and thanks to Hannah for our wonderful character art. If you want to see other examples of Hannah's work, check out her Instagram at HannahWolf224. And if you want to reach out for character art of your own, her email is wildarts22@gmail.com. The music you are listening to is from Tabletop Audio, free music tracks to enhance your gaming experience.
Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.